Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. If you want to cut through all the noise, the endless gaming news, and just get the essential insights, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're doing a real deep dive into the latest game releases. We're zeroing in on the hottest titles landing this July 2025. Our goal here is simple. Give you that shortcut, get you properly informed, maybe find some surprising facts, keep things interesting. We'll hit the big console and PC stuff, obviously, but also some cool indie and mobile gems, and take a peek at what's coming up very soon. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here looking at July is just the sheer range, the strategic diversity. You see developers pushing boundaries, sure, but also really leaning into like comfort and nostalgia. It creates this gaming landscape that genuinely seems to offer something for everyone. It's not just random games thrown together. It feels like a reflection of, a maturing industry that understands its audience is broad.
That's a great way to frame it. And yeah, we are kicking things off with some of those big hitters for console and PC. So first up, for you tactical minds out there, the ones who love a real challenge, Every Day We Fight just dropped. It's a turn-based tactical RPG available on PC, and it sounds like it really demands, careful strategy. Apparently, unlike a lot of tactical games with their, predictable grids, this one uses dynamic procedural maps, which means you can't just memorize the best moves, right?
Yeah.
You're forced to improvise, adapt to the terrain, the enemy positions constantly changing. Every single decision really matters.
Yeah, and that procedural element you mentioned, that's key. Lots of games say every decision counts, but from what we're seeing, Every Day We Fight actually makes memorization impossible. It creates this high level of player agency, not just in choosing attacks, but using the environment. It's less about perfect planning beforehand and more about mastering like adaptive strategies right there in the moment, which can be super rewarding if you like that mental workout.
Definitely. Okay, so from that kind of intensity, we're going to swing to something, a bit more Hobbit-sized and cozy. We've got Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. Now, this sounds absolutely delightful for anyone who just, wish they could live in Middle-earth without all the doom and gloom quests.
Right. Just chill in the Shire.
Exactly. It's a cozy simulation game set between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Picture it. Gardening, fishing, cooking, just wandering around the Shire. And the best part, it's everywhere. PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch.
The whole cozy sim thing is a huge trend. It offers that counterpoint to the big, stressful action games. But adding the Lord of the Rings IP is interesting. Like, will hardcore Tolkien fans feel it's maybe too restrictive for a sandbox sim? Or does it perfectly capture that desire for, pastoral escape within that world? It's a balancing act for the developer's creative freedom versus the comfort of that very specific setting. Seem like they're aiming for that cozy domestic fantasy within Middle-earth.
Yeah, finding that sweet spot. Okay, now, if Tales of the Shire has you thinking peaceful thoughts, RoboCop, Rose City Unfinished Business, is here to violently snap you back to reality.
Huh, yeah. Quite the contrast.
Total contrast highlights the range this month, right? This is a standalone expansion for the original RoboCop, Rogue City.
Yeah.
So if you like the first game's, let's say, brutal combat and that target acquisition system.
Oh, yeah, the limb targeting. Very satisfying.
Right. This expansion apparently doubles down on that visceral stuff. You're cleaning up crime in the Omni Tower this time. Taking RoboCop's particular brand of justice up a notch. It's out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Well, what's smart about a standalone expansion like Unfinished Business is it can expand the world and the gameplay without needing the base game. Good way to grow the franchise. And setting it in the Omnitower, that allows for a tighter, maybe more claustrophobic feel. Amplifies that core action loop instead of just adding more open space. Keeps it fresh for veterans and maybe brings in new players too.
Makes sense. All right, let's shift gears again. Away from the big console and PC releases, let's look at some really creative mobile and indie gems, stuff that often gets overlooked but shouldn't. First, for puzzle fans, there's Occlude. This is described as a strategy card game, like a unique mix of solitaire and puzzle mechanics.
Interesting combo.
Yeah. Sounds perfect for, quick sessions if you've got 5 minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
It supposedly makes you think ahead, not just clearing cards, but managing resources strategically. You can grab Occlude on Steam.
That description, solitaire and puzzle elements, that really points to how indie devs innovate within familiar structures, doesn't it? They take something known, like solitaire, and add these deeper strategic layers. Sounds like it could hit that sweet spot, that flow state for players who enjoy a brainy but still kind of relaxing challenge.
Exactly. And then for something completely different, maybe a palate cleanser after battling through Every Day We Fight, We have Marshmallow All the Way Home.
Okay, intriguing name.
Right. It's a cute visual novel. Promises comedy, multiple endings. Just seems like a delightful pick-up-and-play kind of thing if you want a charming story without complex controls. Also on Steam.
Visual novels, especially ones like this, with comedy and branching paths, they offer a different kind of immersion, you know? It's not just picking option A or B. Often, subtle choices you make early on can really shift relationships and lead to completely different outcomes, encourages you to play again, see everything. It really shows the variety in storytelling we have in games now.
Totally agree. Okay, so beyond what's just landed, the gaming world, well, it never stops, does it? Anticipation is huge. So let's quickly look ahead to what's hitting very, very soon this month. Get ready for some rhythm action nostalgia. Patapon 1+2 replay.
Oh, Patapon. Yes.
If you remember those PSP classics, the incredibly addictive rhythm games, these remasters bring back that unique mix of strategy and keeping the beat, leading your little eyeball army by tapping drum patterns.
Patapon.
Exactly. It's just so unique and engaging. That's hitting July 11th for PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC.
It's a really smart move bringing those back. Patapon blended genres so well. That drumbeat input was, well, pretty revolutionary at the time. Created this really primal link between you and the game. These replay versions are great for veterans, obviously, but also a chance for new players to see a truly innovative classic.
For sure. And one more big one coming soon. Sports fans, if you've been waiting, College Football 26 hits the field July 10th. That's for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. The return of a major college football game series has been, well, highly anticipated is an understatement.
Oh, massively, yeah.
This one promises that authentic atmosphere, the rivalries, the strategic depth fans want, bringing back the iconic stadiums, the unique college feel.
Yeah, the return of college football gaming, it's been a huge talking point. What's compelling isn't just, new rosters. It's the promise of capturing that specific regional flavor, the intense rivalries that make college sports different. It's distinct from the pro league sims, taps into a really passionate fan base looking for that specific cultural experience.
Absolutely. So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, we've just sipped through a truly wide range of games hitting stores, physical or digital, this July. You've got the intense tactical challenge of Every Day We Fight, then the total opposite, the cozy charm of Tales of the Shire, plus the brutal action of RoboCop, Rogue City Unfinished Business. Then those clever indie titles like the quick strategy of Occlude or the heartwarming story in Marshmallow All the Way Home. And we can't forget what's just around the corner, the rhythm nostalgia of Patapon 1+2 replay and the massive return of College Football 26. It really feels like there's something genuinely new and exciting for pretty much every taste this month. Epic adventures, relaxing sims, fast action. It's all there.
It really is. This July, I think, it showcases the incredible breadth and maturity of the industry now. You see this balance, deep challenges alongside comforting experiences, huge blockbusters next to innovative indies, and it perfectly blends nostalgia with cutting-edge stuff. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it raises an important question for you, the player, doesn't it? How do you navigate a gaming world with just so much incredible variety? And maybe more interestingly, what does your next game choice reveal about what you're really looking for? Is it escape, challenge, creativity, or just, pure, simple fun? Something to think about.